Hey there, it's Mark at Reno's Music, GuitarHotline.com. I'm here today with a special guest, Dr. Chris Dobbs. New doctor, longtime friend and client of the store. He's been with us since all the way back to the beginning. You might have seen him on the channel before where we ran on for a while about Martin Custom Shop guitars. And Dr. Chris has waited. He has a concept that is in his hands, and he just came in today. The wait is over. So we're going to have a conversation about why, and then I'm going to leave, and you're going to get a glimpse of the sound of the build.
It's great. I'm so happy.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
You got it.
I was finishing up my PhD in music tech and thought we should celebrate this with a Martin Custom Shop because my wife agreed to that plan.
Yeah.
And I played in here a couple of 12 fret, the 1931 Authentics of the 12 fret Dreadnought, which moves your bridge into a different sweet spot, changes the tone of the guitar. And what I find on a lot of 12 fret Dreads is pianistic. Like the strings just resonate in a different kind of way. Guitar resonates in a different kind of way. So we've built one custom before together where I built an OME Cherry. And then this one was, okay, well, I would like a Rosewood, but we decided to get a little crazy on the Rosewood and go wild grain. And so we were able to work with the factory to pick out the wild grain that I dug, and then stay D-28 as the original build on this. So we started with D-28 because I wanted to have the checkerboard for the back strip, and then started changing things as we do. And the next move was to go Swiss top. I have an Italian Alpine, I have a Sitka, my CEO7 has an Adirondack, so I like variety. And so wanted to get a Swiss top and wanted to see if we could get some bear claw on it, and we got a pretty great amount.
Yeah, that's a great top and great back.
And so then while I was thinking about features and things that I wanted, the other guitar that speaks to me all the time when I play them are the vintage series, the old HD-28V, D-18Vs, and those all have the Mod V neck, which is my home base, so we did the Mod V neck. But then the other thing was to go long saddle here, which I don't know what percentage it changes it, but I love the look, and it makes it match up a little bit closer to what an original Ditson style D30, Dreadnought guitar was, which was the other reason that I went no pick guard. And then in a little bit of an homage to, I think of this guitar as being a very Norman Blake kind of guitar. 12 fret Dreads are kind of associated with him. But then within that, I think of Norman Blake and Tony Rice together. So I wanted to try out the large sound hole and did that. And then the extra add-on at the last second with the factory was to go ahead and do rope inlay, which I think maybe in the video we'll cut to some close-ups or there.
Yeah, the rope is a sleeper spec. It is a nice touch.
I had only seen it on a bigger. There's an SW, which is sustainable wood, 00 DB, deep body, Mashish, that they have at the factory, and they did a short run of it, and it's in some of the Martin books. And I'd seen it up close at the factory and gone like, oh, at the museum, and thought like, oh, that's just a phenomenal alternative to herringbone. And so when it was like, all right, one more thing, it was like, okay, let's do the rope. Can they do the rope inlay? And they said, we can.
Do you know if that's called rope? Because the Style 30 has some red and green in it. Is there another?
The only thing that they said to us was, to my recollection so far, was rope inlay. And I referenced that SW00 DB model. And they said we do still have some of that. So I don't know if that's anybody can get it still. And then matched it with the single ring here at the rosette. And then for me, just Foden inlay, simple, and then no name on the headstock. And I hadn't even looked until now.
Light stamp.
Yeah, it's just like, oh man. So it's got the stamp on the back of the headstock that's Martin, and then the one other feature that you can't see. Custom shop handcrafted for Dr. Chris Dobbs, because this will get handed down through the family, and one day it won't be mine anymore, but for right now it's mine, and I'm very, very over the moon. You've been wonderful to work with on it. Super thrilled about the guitar. I think that's all the features. Yeah, when you go to the 12 fret, you get the slotted headstock as sort of a general swap, or is that an extra?
It's the traditional thing.
Yeah.
You don't have to get a slotted peg head, but
I think with the string tension on these, where you're increasing the string angle, the break angle, and also just the style of what I think of as being a very early dreadnought. You know, the first ones in 1931 were not 14 fretters. Those are great. Separate guitar. But for me, on a guitar that would flat pick, that would finger pick, that would do all these things and be just a big sound, this thing is just a big sound.
heck yeah. We've spent some moments listening to it, and Chris is a great guitar player, is very versatile. So we're going to get a glimpse of what a 12 fret dread, Swiss top, East Indian Rosewood. Bracing pattern was
We did, so when we ordered this, it was a year and change ago, and it was to go to the, I'm spacing on it, the altered, the
Golden Era scalp?
Golden Era, yeah, sorry. That's become now the new standard finish on it, so it's not an additional feature anymore. But yeah, we went to Golden Era because, again, the guitars that I've played, a couple of them my uncle has bought here, and a couple that I've played through the store over the years, I just keep going, oh, why do I like this one so much? And Mark will go, I think that's a Golden Era. Hold on, let me look. And then we look it up, and it's like, yep, Golden Era. It's just a different scallop shape, right?
Yeah, it's definitely recommended if you're custom ordering one. It comes stock now, but they do offer the hand-shaped version through the custom shop as an option. So the machine scalloped is the stock bracing spec now. The machine Golden Era scallop, but then you can have the boys do it by hand for a small upcharge.
Worth it. Because again, I wanted it to be kind of a D-28 sleeper, where you think of it with a D-28, you don't have the herringbone inlay on the top, and so you would think you've got non-scallop bracing. Because I have a different model that is herringbone on the top and non-scalloped the opposite way. So for me, it's just kind of a fun sleeper to go like, oh, you don't, nope, it's scalloped and it's loud and it's super lively, and just a great way to cap off like, all right, that was 6 years of work, and
yeah, dude,
here's the sweet reward.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Very, very thrilled to build this with you and come up with the whole plans. And Mark was at the factory as we picked out and figured out wood options and found our way to it. So I've been thrilled, man.
Heck yeah. So we got the brand new baby. What we're gonna hear is it being woken up, and so I'm gonna look forward to stepping out and hearing this, and we'll get this video polished and appreciate everything. Getting in front of the camera too.
Thank you, buddy. Anytime.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, I'm gonna step out.
Shooter who was ever born on earth. That don't mean that Reggie Miller is the greatest who has given birth. That title goes to another boy whom I know you've seen. Just a sandy-haired kid living on the outskirts of the deserts of Tatooine. Luke Skywalker, greatest shooter of them all. Luke Skywalker, but he's never heard of basketball. So he traded the blaster for the blade. That's not how his name got made. Luke Skywalker, he's the greatest shooter of them all. Lots of people think Michael Jordan had a pretty sweet jump shot. Michael never flew an X-wing through the trenches of the Death Star without getting caught. And then there's another sandy-haired boy whom I know you've heard, but you wouldn't want the fate of the entire galaxy on the bad back of Larry Bird. Luke Skywalker, greatest shooter of them all. Luke Skywalker, but he's never heard of basketball. So he traded the blaster for the blade. That's not how his name got made. Luke Skywalker, he's the greatest shooter of them all. And if you find yourself needing points in a hurry, you should probably call on Stephen Curry. But if you find yourself with just one last photon torpedo, you should call the best friend of the guy who killed Greedo. Han shot first. Luke Skywalker, greatest shooter of them all. Luke Skywalker, but he's never heard of basketball. He traded the blaster for the blade. That's not how his name got made. Luke Skywalker, the greatest shooter of them all. What's the Halliburton? He's the greatest shooter of them all. I think the guitar likes A. Interesting. Do one more that's not mine. morning the sun was shining, I was laying in bed, wondering if she'd changed at all, if her hair was still red. Her folks had said our lives together sure was gonna be rough. Never did care for mama's homemade dress, and papa's bank book wasn't big enough. I was standing on the side of the road, rain falling on my shoes, heading out for the East Coast. Lord knows I paid my dues, getting through, tangled up in blue. She was working in a topless joint, and I stopped in for a beer. I just kept looking at the side of her face, and the spotlight so clear. Later on, when the crowd thinned out, I was just about to do the same. She was standing there in the back of my chair. She said to me, "Don't I know your name?" Well, I muttered something underneath my breath, and she studied the lines on my face. I must admit I felt a bit uneasy. She bent down to tie the laces of my shoes, tangled up in blue. So now I'm headed back to there. I gotta get to her somehow. All those people we used to know, they're illusions to me now. Some are mathematicians, some are carpenters' wives. I don't know how I got started, I don't know what they do with their lives. 'Cause me, I'm still on the road, heading for another joint. Always did see it the same, we just saw from different points of view. Tangled up. One more I ought to do, or I feel like doing. Another one that's a lullaby for the kids that I didn't write. I lit out for Reno, I was trailed by 20 hounds. Didn't get to sleep that night till the morning come around. Set out running, but I take my time. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Ran into the devil and he loaned me 20 bills. Spent the night in Utah in a cave up in the hills. Set out running, but I take my time. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Got 2 reasons why I cry away each lonely night. First one's named me Anne-Marie, she's my heart's delight. Second one is prison baby, sheriff's on my trail. And if he catches up to me, I'll save my life. Got a wife in Chino, baby, one in Cherokee. First one says she's got my child, don't look a thing like me. Set out running, but I take my time. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Thing I'm still working on. She's a real good axe, Mark. Better than satisfied. Thrilled, dude. Thank you so much again for helping me get it all figured out. Because
Heck yeah, man.
I think it.
Trust. Reno's Music. GuitarHotline.com.
.com. How's the branding? Too many. I love it.